Maori Shepherd.
On this Crash Course World History,
The Maori people, aka the Kiwi people, were the original inhabitants of New Zealand and are now the country's largest minority.
and that, sir, is the tea. The Maori King Movement. The Maori King Movement came into existence in the late 1850s as an attempt to unite the tribes, prevent land sales, and make laws for Maori. The Maori King Movement, or Kingatanga, is a movement that arose among some of the Maori tribes in New Zealand to the central North Island in the 1850s to establish a rule similar to that of the monarch of the British colonists as a way of halting the alienation of Maori land. The Maori monarch operates in a non-constitutional capacity with no legal or judicial power with the New Zealand government. Art, architecture, and technology. Most of the material objects in the Maori were highly decorated. Their statues and carvings, especially with filigree motifs, sorry if I completely pronounced that incorrectly, are admired worldwide, big time rush, and are the frequent subject of art museum exhibitions. A Ware Nui, literally big house, is a communal house of the Maori people of New Zealand, generally situated as a focal point of marae. Ware Nui are usually called meeting houses in New Zealand English, or simply called ware. House or building. The kopa, also called a terwiri, was an invention for squeezing the juice of tiki berries. It was a flax bag in which the berries were placed. When pounded to release their juice, the kopa was squeezed by twisting it between two pairs of wooden handles. The juice was then filtered through another bag and dripped into a container underneath.
So, the labor systems. The males in the Maori society worked by chopping down trees, planting food, and cultivating said food, building items, carving, doing stoneworking, and they also did the tattooing and performed rituals. The women in the society worked by gathering food and other items such as firewood, water, and then they cooked, they braided hair, they did the weaving, and the especially skilled women were able to work as carvers, builders, or raft makers.
The Maori did not have a set-in-stone political structure due to their tribes being ruled by separate individual chiefs instead of one main emperor. The chiefs were normally born into their positions and held them until death. The Maori politics extended beyond participation within the general elections of tribes. This includes government recognition, tribal organizations.
Social infrastructure of the Maori people. So at the top of the social pyramid, there is the chief, which is also known as the Oriki, and the chief was both a great political leader and a great religious leader. Right below the chief was the priest, and the priest held so much power due to the fact that society relied heavily on them in order to keep their relationship with the gods healthy. The priests were also physicians and called on their gods to heal people. Right below the priests were the warriors. The warriors were fighters, and the fighting became common in the Maori society in the Hapu units, and they thought that mana could only be gained through combat. In the low societal structure are the normal people, and this included most everyone in society. These people cooked, built items, gathered food, did tattoos, weaving, braids, and they performed the rituals.
The Maori religious beliefs were primarily a spiritual view of the world. Tapu was a mysterious quality which made those things or a person intrigued with it either sacred or unclean according to the context it was given. A psychic power they believed in was Manu, as well as sorcery and possession. The supreme god was known as Lo. They had many other gods, like two pyramidal parents, Papa and Rangi, which had 8 divine offsprings. Each tribe had individual gods and family gods, as well as family familiars. Shamans often served family gods whom they communicated with through Manu and sorcery of spiritual possession. Sweet potatoes throughout Polynesia
and beyond to other islands. The new crop quickly became a prominent source of food in all of the islands it reached. Sweet potatoes were especially important for the Maori population in New Zealand because the staple crop of the tropical Pacific did not flourish in the temperature climate in New Zealand. Thus, long-distance voyages were responsible for the dissemination of sweet potatoes to remote islands situated about 1,000 kilometers. In New Zealand in 1840, the representatives of the British government came to Maori with a treaty, the Treaty of Waitakere. The treaty signaled the coming of the colonial British officers to come and take over the Maori. This led to the demise of the Maori, which eventually led up to the Maori King movement in 1856.
In the 1800s, the Maori population slowly declined due to the impacts of colonization. The Maori people have not disappeared fully, although their population went down significantly. Since the 1900s, the amount of Maori people has risen again, and they are now about 15% of New Zealand and their population.
Maori Empire weakened due to immigration of Europeans into Australia and New Zealand. When they migrated, they brought diseases such as smallpox and measles, which made the population from 200,000 in the 1800s decline to 45,000.
Okay, this crash course was brought to you by the students of Stockdale High School, Emily Dawson,
Alicia Long,
Henry Shepherd.
with the help of our high school AP World History teacher,
Mr. Hertzog. We'll miss you!
That was so good.
Okay, that's a wrap. Hey.
Not really, because I still gotta do my part. I know.
Okay, but for me it is.
Last time? Okay. Do I look okay?
Mhm.
Oh, I just ripped out my hair.
It's okay.
Hey, what's your password?
My birthday.
5438. Ooh, awkward.
What's your
It's her birthday.
Oh, August.
822003.
822003. Not everyone in history knows her passcode.
I'm just trying to play some music up in here. You know,
Okay.
I have Spotify and Apple Music, so you can.
Dang, she
Oh, I don't-
multicultural.
I don't have premium or Spotify though.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Hi. God damn it, I look creepy. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi, I'm Alicia Long, and this is Crash Course World History.
Okay, I'm ready. Ouchies. Okay, ready? Yeah. Hi, I'm Emily Dawson. This is Crash Course World History. Today we will be talking about the Maori people, aka the Kiwi people. Oh, I forgot something. Emily Dawson!
Alicia Long.
Reese Shepherd.
With the help of our high school U.S. history.
Redo.
Okay, this crash course is brought to you by
Emily Dawson
Alicia Long.
And Reese Shepherd.
With the help of our AP World History teacher,
Mr. Hertzog! We will miss you! Okay, let's try that one more time.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This crash course